Choose your position and define how you'll play your superstar journey.
What should I be? Edge, free safety, quarterback, quarterback.
Pick your starting point. Your draft projection and difficulty of your early journey will change based on which day you pick. Fill out your player information. Review and confirm your details before continuing. Customize your appearance. Adjust your look, style, and gear to create your superstar. Choose your archetype. Each option comes with different core and physical abilities. Spend your skill points. The ratings you choose to upgrade will raise your overall. Start by applying your core skill points to continue. Review your league settings and make any adjustments to customize your superstar gameplay experience.
Welcome to Indianapolis, Indiana, and Lucas Oil Stadium, the home of the NFL Scouting Combine. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Charles, of course, a man who knows this event better than anyone. Now, from the outside looking in, it just appears like a bunch of guys running around through drills. But in reality, this opportunity, Charles, to perform in front of all 32 teams, it can make or break a young man's draft stock.
You're exactly right, partner. And that's why these players start preparing for this moment as soon as their college careers came to an end. We're about to see some of the top prospects in action.
But there's one quarterback who I know we're all excited to see test, and he seems poised for a memorable performance.
That's a man spent a lot of time in Blacksburg, former Virginia Tech Hokie. And now we'll see what this signal caller can do in the 40-yard dash. He's getting down into his stance, set to take off.
Teams are going to have more questions than answers after that performance. He just showed no explosiveness, and the time reflects that.
Now here he is in the 40-yard dash.
Oh, man. Most of us expect him to run a fast time here at the Combine. But I don't know if anyone expected to be that fast. That'll be tough to beat.
Now here he is in the 40-yard dash.
Oh, man. Most of us expect him to run a fast time here at the Combine. But I don't know if anyone expected to be that fast. That'll be tough to beat.
Now here he is in the 40-yard dash.
Teams are going to have more questions than answers after that performance. He just showed no explosiveness, and the time reflects that.
Now here he is in the 40-yard dash.
Oh, man. Most of us expect him to run a fast time here at the Combine. But I don't know if anyone expected to be that fast. That'll be tough to beat.
Now here he is in the 40-yard dash.
Oh, man. Most of us expect him to run a fast time here at the Combine. But I don't know if anyone expected to be that fast. That'll be tough to beat.
Next up, we'll see how many reps at 225 these guys can put together in the all-important test of strength, the bench press.
just proved to all 32 teams that he's a monster in the weight room. I'm sure some organizations will move him up their draft board after that.
It's time to see how many reps he can put up on the bench press.
He just proved to all 32 teams that he's a monster in the weight room. I'm sure some organizations will move him up their draft board after that.
Every team, they want to draft explosive athletes, and that will be put to the test here in the broad jump.
What a lackluster result. He showed no explosiveness, which will be cause for concern from plenty of scouts.
Well, here we go. It's his turn now at the broad jump.
He'll be happy with that performance. It isn't going to blow anyone away, but it certainly checks the box for athleticism.
This is one you blink and you miss it. We've got the ultimate test of agility here with a 20-yard shuttle.
That's exactly what the scouts wanted to see. He proved without a doubt that he has the quickness to play in the NFL.
It's his turn now to run the 20-yard shuttle.
That's exactly what the scouts wanted to see. He proved without a doubt that he has the quickness to play in the NFL.
All of the standard drills have come to an end, so now it's time for this quarterback to show that he has what it takes to make big-time throws in the NFL.
What's that? Take your time, focus. Come on, let's finish strong. There we go. There we go. Well done. Okay. Well done. Pick it up already. So close. One more.
I think he let the pressure get to him. We've seen on film that he can be an elite player, but he really struggled with the on-the-field drills. He looks so comfortable out there, showcasing the skills it takes to excel at his position. He can be very proud of how he ended his combine. He looks so comfortable out there, showcasing the skills it takes to excel at his position. He can be very proud of how he ended his combine.
Well, that wraps up our coverage of the 2026 NFL Scouting Combine. As always, we saw so many great feats of athleticism as players tried to boost their draft stock. All 30.
On draft day, every prospect is part of the same brotherhood. Hundreds of players waiting for the moment the commissioner steps forward and utters their name. In that instant, a dream is realized. They have reached the NFL. That moment is still repeating in his mind. A dream realized with a draft card. Now, it's a chance to say how much getting here means.
Cleveland offense making their way out. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they finally get their chance on offense. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jenkins. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Yards. They take him down at the 26. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hook, but they'll say it's incomplete.
He got that let down before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dead.
Play fake here on 1st down. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Open man, that's Tillman. And Down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run here with Jenkins. But he's not going to get there. Oh, he'll be close. He was blown up in the backfield. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Offense now as they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Well, they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down.
He's brought down at the 30.
Solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history. Charles, this is a game that certainly had some intrigue, but I think you and I both agree. We like the decision to not play overtime in preseason and just call it a draw.
Partner, I want to meet the person who disagrees with this decision, and I just wonder what took so long for the league to arrive at this conclusion. They put the rule.
Ready? 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Go!
There you see head coach Todd Monken and his Browns getting set for their next possession. And, Greg, it's the time of year where those veterans know they're going to make the team. They're going to be on the roster for the opener. So when you went through that phase of your career, how did you approach the preseason?
Yeah, certainly different when I was a rookie or really early in my career than I was towards the back end. There's no question. And I think as I got older in the league and a little bit more established, my priorities of what I wanted out of those games might have changed a little bit. I wanted to feel what it was like to get tackled. I wanted to feel what it was like just getting in and out of the huddle, keeping up with the play clock, getting into the operation of the game. It wasn't necessarily about how many catches or trying to make the roster, but it was the next step, preparing myself for the inevitability of a week one playing the full game in a full live environment. So this was the next step to get practice, to get your body right, then you have a couple preseason reps to take that next step, all leading up to being healthy and ready to go come week one of the regular season.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Open receiver. That's Boston. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance. The bootleg, he'll look to throw here. He keeps it himself. And he'll be set up past the 40 pounds. So after surrendering that long touchdown drive to start the game, good start here for the offense with a quick first down. Back to throw. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
It leads to second and 10.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation.
And they're going to track him down. Couldn't find the receiver, and down he goes.
A loss of 10 yards
So
on the
back
play.
up after
It's
the
now
sack,
third
and
down.
now it's third and long. They'll look to throw. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force fourth down.
It's now
I like the
fourth
fact
down.
that they took a shot on third and long, right? A lot of offenses in that situation would be a little bit...
Getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. And so far, not much has gone right. They've had it twice, punted twice. Looking to sustain something here on drive number 3.
Let's go now. Up, 18 guard, 18, go.
Drive starts with a run by Judkins. That's a nice job keeping his balance in these conditions. A gain of about
Bishop
5.
on the tackle. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 40-yard line.
And we're not going to have another snap here. First quarter will come to an end. Start of the second. Browns in control of the football. They've got it looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
Here we go.
It's going to get it on the zone read. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Save some of those for the regular season. That's a first down.
That's good.
Well, after a bit of a reprieve, the rain has returned.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And on first down, it's back to Judkins. And this time, they are ready for him.
Brought
Throw
down
for a
behind
loss.
the line of scrimmage.
And it's second
It's a
down.
loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 43-yard line.
Let's go. Bravo 80.
Now this time, they'll look to throw. Throw here down the field. With ball incomplete. A tough spot here. Third and one.
Back to 60. Back to 60. Check, 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 check.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. This one intercepted. Picked up by Maxwell Harrison. And the Bills are going to get the ball back on the turnover. As they get set to take over again on offense. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with first and 10. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. He's going to tuck it and go.
The key to a good quarterback scramble is knowing when it's time to go from a thrower to a runner. And that's exactly what we saw here. Doesn't get the first down, but he's able to pick up some really positive yards and then get out of bounds.
And they will get another play off. We have reached the 2-minute warning. We'll have more from Cleveland after this. Second and inches. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
And less than a yard.
Go. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
We'll try to pick this up with a pop pass. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down. Take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll do so with first and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Moving outside. Oh, that one just getting worse and worse until they finally bring him down. That'll bring up second and long.
Brings up second down.
Now they'll set up to throw. This is brought in downfield by Judy. This has been for summer. From second in the mile on a huge gain, but still short of a first down. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their second. Talk things over before third down. He'll drop to throw. And he'll be taken down. As time runs out, and we come to the end of the first half of play. As they move to 2-0 in this preseason, getting that second win here in week 2.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Los Angeles Rams.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First run now for Kyrie Williams. And he slips up past the 35 before being tackled. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. From the gun, here's Stafford. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
3rd down.
Now Stafford. That's caught. Puka Nacua. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown. Puka Nacua, 44 yards. And the Rams get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Rams 7. Ravens nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a pretty poor kick here. It doesn't make it to the landing zone, and that means he'll move the ball out to the 40-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Here's Jackson. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive. But he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
So far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Jackson to throw. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big play that time on the catch and run for 37 yards. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? And they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they're a full part of the passing game. And we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
The throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Not the warmest starts throwing the football. He was 1 for 3, now 1 for 4 on the opening drive.
So getting him comfortable is the key. And for him, it might be different than what we think is comfortable. We're probably thinking swing passes, easy check downs. Some guys, they're better off throwing it downfield. That's what really loosens them up.
And Jackson throwing once more. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive. Maybe he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. What he got in and finished that play off.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. That is incomplete. The Ravens go for it and come up empty. And that will force a turnover on down. So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. A little surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses this is going to be a shootout type of a game. They've got to match them point for point, as opposed to, hey, we'll get them later. Maybe he just has that sense, and that's why he decided to go for it there.
That's good for a Rams 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down 2nd and right at the yard line.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace it.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Stafford. And he is caught. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 26. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. They'll send the tight end in motion. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this will remain a one-touchdown game.
Trying to build on that opening drive touchdown, but the drive stalls out. And then you get the missed field goal here, so they wind up with nothing to show from drive number 2.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense, you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go around. And that is incomplete. First down there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To throw is Jackson. Being chased out left. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there. You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually on the field trying to chase it, or you're just watching him play. This guy is sheer excitement.
This game, not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it's second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 8-yard line.
Jackson now. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown.
Touchdown, Baltimore.
8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Ravens are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback. And it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll have a little bit of time to work with. 35 seconds until the break. Escaping the pressure right. And this is incomplete. Looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. He's going to take another shot here. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malachi Starks. He's on his way. And these guys have got it back in the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st down and goal to go at the 8-yard line.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll start by running the option to the right. Down at the 2. Going through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Luke now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Ravens 14. Rams 7. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
22.
The final shot before the break. Stafford. Flushed out right. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so this is going to be whistled dead. And the ball's going to be placed up at the 40-yard line. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
2nd down and 6 now. They'll try the right side with Henry. And good vision there as he's a Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
Jackson looking outside of his down there. That's Henry.
Jackson's pass.
So just 3 yards on the completion there.
A 3-yard
and it'll be second down.
Brings up second
Caught that
and
look
7.
from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Off the option, here's Henry. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
This now a 3rd and 4. Excellent job on the keeper, 20 yards and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing is Jackson. This will go to Henry out wide. And he'll get him inside the 15 out of the 14-yard line.
4 yards.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And it's second down.
14-yard line.
Now Lamar changing the look. Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown.
Mark Andrews. Touchdown.
A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff for the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
21. Rams 7. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially. But you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Ready. Blue 60. 50-50.
Throwing is Stafford. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Travis Jones breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
At the
3/4 in the
line.
books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Yellow 80!
Adams, the man in motion left. Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford. And this one too low.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. The Rams on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Now they'll send Adams in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that would be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown. Devontae Adams. 54 yards. And the Rams have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. When you're trailing in the 4th quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
Now Ali going to take it out of the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he probably should have given that one off as it's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
Back at the 15.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Back to throw. Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Jackson from the gun on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. Tries to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Looking to throw. Jackson. And Walker has it. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
A gain of 16
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there, making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they run on 1st down. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Jackson to throw. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 40.
Well, that's what you're looking for. You want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Jackson now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Draw play. This is Henry. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
Now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if you picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover him. Arian's going to go ahead and use the first of your timeouts as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
3rd down.
Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Throwing now is Jackson. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Working the middle of the field, he's got him incomplete. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
Tyler Luke on for the extra
And that
point.
touchdown, Charles, with very little time remaining, boy, it just sucked any energy and momentum out of the other sideline.
Yeah, take an incredible comeback in the final minute to bring this one back to even. A great series there offensively. They saw an opportunity to slam the window shut, and they followed through.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to the knee, and they'll begin at the 35-yard
take
line.
over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Now Stafford. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 20. And the Rams, 1st down.
One last throw here for Stafford. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So it's a win here for the Ravens, and it was just too much Lamar Jackson. He really played well.
Yeah, he was definitely the X factor. He had 3 touchdown passes, ran for another, and really had this defense grasping for straws throughout much of this ball game.